Oh, hey, welcome back and thanks for tuning into my channel. Today I'm going to review, rate, and give facts on Saw. Saw came out in 2004. I remember seeing this actually October 29th, 2004, day one in theaters. None of us in that theater knew what the hell we were getting into because it's one of those movies that, like, the plot is the horror. Like, you don't know what's going on. You're constantly guessing and you're on the edge of your seat the entire time. And that's just what this does. James Wan did a beautiful job with this movie with a measly $1.2 million budget and profiting over $100 million in theaters worldwide and producing like 8 sequels. Actually, a ninth one is coming out. It's called Spiral. It's in the same fucking franchise. Like, beautiful movie. This movie is freaking gorgeous. The whole time you're on the edge of your seat, not knowing what's going on or what's going to happen. You can't guess anything, and it's just that just makes the horror that much better. You know, and with how much it made, it's definitely one of the most profitable horror movies of all time, on par with Blair Witch Project and the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know, you got Cary Elwes, you got Danny Glover in this movie. They all do. The acting is beautifully done, and it's just how they went about the movie and how they shot the scenes and everything. It's fantastic. The only problem I have with it is that this is not the original cut. The one you saw in theaters and the one you get on Blu-ray is not the original cut of the film. The original cut was shown at the Sundance Festival of that year, and that was rated NC-17. There was a lot more gore and just more disturbing things, but for it to be released in theaters, it had to get cut to a rated R, or it didn't have to, but James Wan wanted more people to see it, so he took stuff out, and we got the R-rated version that we have. It would have been really cool for them to come out with, a director's cut to make it NC-17, because that would have been amazing to see his original vision, but still, this version is amazing. So let's get on this wild thrill ride that is Saw. Saw opens up with Adam scared and alone in the dark. Or he thinks he's alone.
Hang on a second. I think I found something.
With the lights on, Adam can see that he is chained and trapped in a derelict basement with Dr. Lawrence and also a third member. Okay, so as you can see, they're trapped in a bathroom. Big ass bathroom. Probably in a basement, fucking middle of nowhere. Well, in the original script, James Wan had the idea of them being trapped in an elevator. Now, I don't know how the hell that would have panned out, because the elevator's not that big, but that could have been pretty interesting. Also, everything you see in this movie, like all the scares and how things play out, are all, in an interview, James Wan said that they're all nightmares that he and his friends that helped him work on this project had all had, about being trapped and having no hope and being captured and shit like that. And the bathroom was actually one of his friend's ideas. It was one of his nightmares, being trapped in a bathroom and no one can get to him. So I thought that was very interesting. I wonder how it really would have panned out in an elevator. I mean, it couldn't have been as interesting as this, but who knows? Maybe a big ass elevator. Who fucking knows? But let's see what happens to Adam and Dr. Lawrence. While trying to escape, Adam finds an envelope in his pocket that contains a tape. Dr. Lawrence also finds an envelope in his pocket. Upon opening it, he also has a tape. On these tapes is a message for both of them.
Right, Johnny. You're probably wondering where you are. Dr. Gordon, this is your wake-up call. If you do not kill Adam by 6, then Allison and Diana will die. Dr. Gordon. And I'll leave you in this room to rot. Let the game begin.
Now, what I really love about this film is that, like, yes, they're actors and they're trained, but usually when making a movie, a scene is filmed over and over and over again. Take 1, take 2, like take 43. Like if you've ever looked at special features behind the scenes of a Stanley Kubrick movie, like a simple scene such as opening a door, he'll have them do that like 103 times just to get it right in his eyes or whatever, which is insane, but his films are amazing anyways. But this film, these bathroom scenes were shot in 6 days. That's it. 6 freaking days. A total of 18 days was to film the movie, edit the movie, and cut the film. 18 days, that's it. That's freaking crazy. So they didn't rehearse their scenes at all. In normal films, they will. Before the camera starts rolling, they'll just, rehearse a little bit, go over their lines. They didn't do any of that. A lot of the stuff you see in the movie is first takes. It's all first takes. So it's just so genuine. You can tell they're not getting irritated, that like they're just really into it, and it's so believable. And the chemistry between these two actors is just freaking great throughout the movie. It's fantastic. You can feel their fear and their confusion, and it just makes the movie that much better. But let's see what else happens with Adam and Dr. Lawrence. As time goes by, Dr. Lawrence realizes who's doing this to them. He tells Adam everything.
Jesus Christ, tell me, who is it?
Newspapers started calling it the Jigsaw Killer. Actually, technically speaking, he's not really a murderer. He never killed anyone. He finds ways for his victims.
After hearing all this from Dr. Lawrence, Adam is distraught and begins to lash out in anger.
So you mean they're telling me what is really going on?
In his anger, he breaks the two-way mirror, revealing a camera. The whole time, they are being watched.
I can see.
Okay, so all the bathroom scenes were shot first. So literally every time you see in the bathroom scene, all the way up to the end, all that happened first. Everything else was shot after. So that CCTV footage you see had already happened. It's already happened, and so they're filming something that already happened. And I just like the way they did that, because then it still works together. It's not like, okay, we're going to shoot this right here and then go away, go do something else and come back. So like those two actors were in character for 6 days straight in the same setting. And it's just amazing. I think that's why it works so much better, and why it's just so much more convincing. Like as you could tell throughout the film, they start to get dirtier and their hair's more messed up and they're sweaty and they just start to be more distraught and irritated. And I love that. It's just such realism. James Wan is a fucking genius. Okay, let's see what else happens with Dr. Lawrence and Adam. As time goes on, Adam and Dr. Lawrence find more items within their hold. But with time running out and tensions growing high, Dr. Lawrence and Adam are at wit's end. And will do just about anything to get out and go home.
Lawrence, don't! No, Lawrence, please! I'm begging you! Lawrence, is that me who did this to you?
You have to die.
No, I want to live! I want to live!
So, if you've seen the movie, you know how it plays out and how it ends. If you haven't seen the movie, I promise you cannot guess how this ends or how it plays out. It's a real stroke of genius. So if you've seen the movie, please drop in the comments what you like about it, don't like about it, and your favorite scene. If you haven't seen the movie, please go watch it. You will not be disappointed, I promise you. And come back here, drop the comments what you like about it, didn't like about it, and your favorite scene. Saw is just a work of genius. It's perfect. It's pretty much perfect in every way for a horror thriller. It really is. And it's so simple. It took a simple formula and it worked. And it's one of the most unique films to come out of the early 2000s. Because after 2000s, a lot of movies that came out weren't unique. They were like so predictable, just rehashes of other movies. You're like, oh, I know what this movie is kind of like. It's kind of like that one movie, you know. But this, there's nothing comparable to it, and and that's how almost all the Saws are. You can never guess how it's going to end, which is why they're all pretty much good. Not great. Some of them are pretty but I mean, they're all good watches, and I'm going to do reviews on all of them, so I'll let you see that. Now, as you can tell, this review is really short, and that's because I couldn't show much. I can't, in other films, I show about, if it's a 2-hour movie, I show about maybe between 10 to 14 minutes worth of scenes to like show you, like just bring you along the movie. And here, I only recorded like 6 minutes, if that, worth of scenes, because I couldn't show you other things without keeping the mystery. Because if you haven't seen it, then I want you to be really intrigued and then know everything, because I can't show you things that that you're supposed to find out, you know what I mean? But yes, please go watch this movie. It's fantastic. I give Saw a glorious 10 out of 10. Really deserves it. James Wan's a genius. I'm about to do the second one actually right now. Well, watch it first. And yeah, so please, if you stuck with me in this video, give it a like, share most of your friends. And if you have not subscribed, please do. I have around, I think, like 500 subscribers right now. Feeling truly blessed about that. I love, succeeding in something that I like doing. It makes it that much more fun. Well, so until next time, see you then.